All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Brutal, depressing loss at home today for the Tennessee Titans, which puts them at 7-4 on the season. To me, ultimately, why they lost the game, well, obviously, at the end, that penalty, brutal. But really comes down to two things. Couldn't run the ball. Cincinnati did a very good job at stopping the run. Derrick Henry couldn't get anything going. We'll talk about that later on. And then red zone efficiency, 0-3. Could not get a touchdown in the red zone, and it just came back to bite them. It is what it is. The good news is this. Ben was out, so your starting center's out. You have a bunch of guys injured on the defensive line, linebackers, DBs, etc., etc. Tannehill is still recovering from his high ankle injuries. You can kind of tell still it's painful. He'll run and get a first down, extend some plays, but you can tell he's still definitely in pain. What's tough is, I guess Cincinnati really, if they took them down today, it would be technically the first team above 500 that they have beaten so far, but that doesn't mean Tennessee has had a bad season or are playing like really bad teams. They're still getting very good wins. They don't pick their schedule, right? This is a team that started 0-2 and is now 7-4. So they're still hot and they're still good and they're still finding ways to win. But I think today was a very good example, and we'll pull it up here, was that when Derrick Henry, when games where you have the opposing defense letting you have the deep ball, they're letting you have these one-on-ones. They're bringing all their linebackers in. They're bringing blitzes in to stop your superstar stud running back. Derrick Henry went 17 carries, 38 yards for just 2.2 yards per rush. His longest of the day was 9, and that was the first run of the game. So what we really saw here today is why I am hoping, and I'm hoping that it happens this season, because I know long run Treylon Burks will be a star in this league. Rookie out of Arkansas, working his way back from injury. He's been here for the last couple of weeks. Really saw a breakout game last week against Green Bay. You saw it again today. 4 receptions, 70 yards, and that 51-yard catch where Tannehill just heaves it up there, and he comes down with it, late in the third. But once again, they just couldn't come away with the touchdown. So before we get any further in this video, if you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Like I said, Titans fans, you guys are absolutely awesome. Bless every single video I post. So win or lose, this team's going to be covered. So if you're looking for more Titans content on YouTube, you've come to the right place. If you also want to follow my Twitter, the link is down below. I'll pin it in the comment section as well. So 2 weeks ago, we'll turn back the clock now it's 3 weeks ago. We had Westbrook-Ikhine. You saw that flea flicker against Denver, and that was just an exhilarating X-Factor playmaking play, right? Last week, we saw similar with Treylon Burks. We also saw Derrick Henry line up in the shotgun, which we haven't seen a wildcat formation. I didn't see any today. Creativity. I didn't see too much creativity as far as offensive play calling goes. It was tough because the running game wasn't working, so it really limits your playbook when you can't run the ball, right? Play action, it's kind of out the window. But the last couple of weeks, I guess Green Bay did a good job at stopping Derrick Henry, although we didn't really do a good job at stopping Derrick Henry. He still rushed for almost 100 yards. Treylon Burks and Westbrook-Ikhine and Derrick Henry, wildcat formation, these are the type of things I want to see more of. I guess that's my point here. Imagine if the Titans had a guy like Davante Adams on their team. It would be over for the NFL. It would literally be over if Davante Adams was on this team where you see a blitz. It's the fourth down. Unfortunately, Tennessee didn't have the opportunity to have a game-tying drive or possibly game-winning drive, although Evan usually makes his field goals. It's just tough, man. There were a couple of plays in the second half where Joe Burrow just threw it up to T. Higgins, and he'd come down with the ball. And T. Higgins, he's a rising star in this league. Davante Adams, to me, is the best wide receiver in the league. But you get what I'm saying. Treylon Burks had that today. Westbrook-Ikhine, Robert Woods coming back from injury. These guys are capable of it. I think Treylon Burks more than the latter. I know he's only played a couple of games in the NFL, but I think we all can agree, if you're a Titan fan watching this video, I think a lot of people have very high hopes for Treylon, and I think we're going to see it more and more as the season goes on. Today, he got a fair amount of targets, 6 targets. I mean, Tannehill threw for almost 300 yards, 291 yards, but you got to keep in mind, 51 of those were on the Burks deep throw. Derrick Henry, 69, that was second quarter, ends up fumbling it. Another play where Treylon Burks follows him the whole time, follows the ball right. Don't give up on the play, don't give up. Keep following him, follow him. Derrick Henry's a very hard guy to follow. Ball gets poked out, which was a phenomenal defensive play by Cincinnati. Can't remember who did that. And Burks is able to just dive over it in the end zone. But I think we're really seeing here, and it's not like this is anything new to Titans fans, is they just had a clear established number one receiver, a guy you can rely on and bank on where, like I said, if it's 4th down, game's on the line, you don't see any, the plays, the pocket's breaking down, you don't see anybody wide open, you know where your guy's going to be, throw it up to him, a 50-50 ball, and you just hope he comes down with it, and 50% of the time he does. Treylon can be that guy, and I was very impressed with him once again today. Westbrook-Ikhine, a special teams guy who in the last month has really gotten more opportunities, he's gotten more snaps, and he's made plays. So although it wasn't the prettiest offensive performance today, with Treylon, with Westbrook-Ikhine, it's trending in the right direction. Akawu as well, the tight end. I like Austin Hooper a lot. I think he's another kind of low-key X factor for this team. Robert Woods, only 2 receptions, although he did see 6 targets. He's coming back from that ACL tear with the Rams. It sucks. He's a little up there in age, but I don't know. I feel really good about Tennessee's wide receiver depth past this game, headed into the playoffs. Because even if teams play and prep for Tennessee, which they do and they have done, where you're just throwing everybody up on the line and you're trying to stop that run, for the most part, Tannehill and this offense did a good job. They just didn't, they weren't able to get it done in the red zone. If they had just one more touchdown in the red zone, they went, instead of 0 for 3, 1 of 3, we'd be probably having a different video here today. I know that Cincinnati's missing some big names on the offensive end, but so is Tennessee, right, on the defensive end. So the fact you're able to hold Cincinnati, the team that made it to the Super Bowl last year, to just 20 points, which has been the trend for Tennessee. They're holding teams to about 19.5 points per game. Their defense is going to put you in a position to win every time. For the most part, every single time. It's just going to come down to the offense, these guys making plays, and who's it going to be making these plays? Well, I feel pretty good about Treylon Burks. I feel pretty good about Derrick Henry, and I also feel very confident with Ryan Tannehill because I know he isn't fully healthy right now, but he's still going to make those plays. He's still going to make some throws. He's going to make enough throws that he needs to make. So long-term Tennessee, I still am feeling really good. Who knows? This game could have gone into overtime. Tennessee could have gotten another stop. But unfortunately, that penalty, I can't remember who had that penalty. Kevin Strong pretty much ended the game. It was a field goal, and he hit somebody he's not supposed to hit, the snapper. So can't be doing that. I know Mike Vrabel is not one pleased or happy man right now, and it's probably going to be a long, grueling week of practice. I believe Tennessee next week has, if I'm not mistaken, Philadelphia. But yeah, they got Philadelphia next week in Philadelphia. I'm not fully bought into the Philadelphia hype. The good news is, like I said, Tennessee, even though they're missing some of these guys on defense, they still have one of the best defenses in the NFL. So this is going to be another one of those games where you're playing Super Bowl contending teams, Super Bowl caliber teams. They're going to put enough points up on the board, and you're going to have to go right there with them. I want to see more fourth quarter scoring from Tennessee like we did in that Green Bay Packers game, but it's not the end of the world. It was a hard-fought game. The defense did a great job, but at the end of the day, couldn't get it done in the red zone. Could not. Penalties as well. Like, really 3 things. Rush game was stuffed. Penalties racked up. Brutal penalties, especially late at the game. And red zone efficiency. Got to get touchdowns. Got to get more touchdowns. So that's it for today. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. The good news is we still have, I'm not great at math here. We still have 6 more weeks of football to figure all these things out. So Let me know your thoughts, your takes on the game down below. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's try and get to 150 likes on today's video. I'll see you guys later.